Hey, it's Taryn with The Remote Yogi, and today I'm chatting with you in Thailand. I'm on a small island called Koh Tao, and really warm, so don't mind the sweating and craziness today. But I wanted to chat with you about some of my favorite rituals when it comes to the full moon. So of course, throughout the moon cycle, there's a lot of different things you can do to practice mini rituals or just kind of following the yin and yang time of the moon, all of which have really helped me to get more in touch with my feminine nature and kind of my natural cycle and my female cycle. I chat more about that on the blog, so head over to theremoteyogi.blog to kind of learn more about all the moon cycles. But today I'm speaking specifically about the full moon because I think that that's the one people pay attention to the most, and it's kind of obvious when the full moon's out. And it's starting to get a little bit more reputation on Instagram and Pinterest, so everyone's chatting about it. That's because the full moon's got a lot of great energy for kind of fleshing things out and releasing. So oftentimes when I lead a full moon ritual, whether it's by myself or sometimes I'll get together a group of women to do these circles, it's really just a time to kind of focus in on letting go of things that are no longer working for you. These can be fears you need to release, emotions, old aggressions towards other people. There's a lot of things that can be released during this time. Oftentimes, when I do a new moon ritual, I'll set an intention for that whole moon cycle, a 28-day cycle. So sometimes at the full moon, I reevaluate how that's doing and release anything that might be preventing me from whatever that intention or goal was that I did at the beginning of the moon cycle. So it's really simple. You can go as extravagant as you want to for your full moon or something really simple. I'll walk you through some of the things I like to do, and then you can pick and choose what you like and leave the rest. Again, when I usually lead a group of people, I bring everyone together and bring out a smudge stick. So usually I start the ritual with sage. I just burn some white sage and use this to kind of cleanse the space. You don't have to have any kind of cleansing method. You can also just kind of mentally cleanse the space that you're in. You could also use incense or just a candle and kind of clear the air and just kind of mentally think about releasing anything that's kind of gonna hold you back. Then I'll lead everyone in a meditation, or I'll do a meditation by myself. Now, you can do any kind of meditation you choose. I'm a big fan of visual meditations, and when I'm thinking about cleansing, I'll maybe walk people through a rain cleansing meditation or a light bath cleansing, or maybe even an ocean wave kind of metaphor for cleansing things out. But you can do whatever meditation here. Just take a moment to like center yourself and clear out anything that might stop you from the next exercise. So regardless of what parts of this ritual you keep or which ones you save, this is the one that I think is the most important, and you can do this in a bunch of different ways. I always like to write down the things that I'm trying to release. So whether they're fears or emotions or whatever might be preventing me from living the life that I'm trying to live authentically, I'll write these things down. So for example, I might write down fear of being alone, fear of success. I might write down the anger I'm feeling towards a friend or whatever it is. I write these things down and then I burn them. So this is a practice that I love doing because I really like to enjoy watching those things burn and completely get destroyed by the fire. But other options are to just kind of write things down and crumble them up, rip them up, really whatever you want to do to get rid of that piece of paper. I just think burning is like really powerful and it's fun. And then, so once I get everything burned, I'll usually close the practice if I'm doing it with a bunch of people by doing another smudging, whether it's with sage, or I usually like to close with Palo Santo. And then I always suggest, whether you're at home doing a practice alone or in my big group, I always tell everyone to go home and do some kind of cleansing bath or shower. So more than like a normal shower and bath, I like to do this as a way of like mentally letting everything wash out. So usually I prefer a bath with like essential oils, and I really make it like a practice. And then I envision my things draining out when I drain the water, and I like lay in there until all the water's gone and just kind of let that naturally rinse out. But you can do the same thing in the shower. Just imagine that cleansing you out. So that's how I like to practice the full moon. For more examples of how I start the new moon or other cycles, head over to the blog. Subscribe to this channel, or if you're on Facebook, make sure to like, comment, share if you think this might be helpful for your friends. Chat with you guys next week.